So guys, I read the Bible every day of my life. I spend hours studying the dark side, and I spend hours studying the right. I study the left, I study the right. Some people say, well, why do you subscribe to these gatekeeping channels? Because I want to know what the controlled opposition is thinking and doing. I even watch Dr. Oz because I know he's part of the power structure. I just told you a story about how he's trying to propagate information to the public by shutting down our channels and them be the only source of information to say, here's the profile of a person that would kill somebody. And even convince your family that you are a danger to society and that you need mental help. That's why they've shut down our channels to where we don't have a voice. So I go back to the story of Jesus Christ, how everybody betrayed him eventually. I mean, when he was born, his parents loved him. There was an ordinance to cut off his head, the firstborn, from the day of his birth. Mary and Joseph was homeless, running from the Roman soldiers. They were trying to save their child's life. They knew their child was special because he was of a certain bloodline, of the bloodline of King David. They knew it. They knew that their children were special, especially when they were born in certain times of the month. Galactic alignments. And Jesus is a story of a man who was destined to be a saving angel of the world and to warn people of the coming murder, mass murder. Because after Jesus' death, they were mass murderers. That's why the Roman soldiers hunted down all the disciples. Before and after, they even killed John the Baptist, cut his head off. So we were in a murdering society of right brain people, spiritual people. That's what was happening. I assure you, Jesus Christ was a holistic, spiritual person. Same people they're hunting down today. With incredible amount of knowledge of the left and the right. He had the ability to open people's eyes. They weren't physically blind. They were mentally blind, still in their graves. And he was trying to pull you out of your dead driver's license, birthright situation. In the Bible, Esau and Jacob said, Esau, sell me your birthright. And let me tell you something. Birthright selling by bankers and money printers have been going on but even before Jesus Christ. And they're still doing it today. They claim that you're a fictional character because of your driver's license. They put your name in capital letters, and they claim that you're spiritually dead. And if you do become spiritually awakened, they hunt you down and they kill you like a fox hunt. Okay? They hunt you down and they kill you. It's like a witch hunt. And sorry to tell you guys, but this is the way the world works. It goes back to David battling a giant because they're giants. They own everything. They own water. They own your food. They own your drinking water. They own your birthright. They claim that they do, but really they don't. They only do because you give them that authority. You conform to their agendas. That's why I tell you, the way to win this war is through peaceful nonconformity. And how do you negotiate with these criminals? Well, you arm yourself to the teeth with guns. You're not going to win with guns, but they need to know that you have them and you can use them. It's a negotiating process, and let me tell you something, guys. I've won more sales awards than anybody I've ever known. If you want to take that as an egotistical comment, you just keep going. That's not what it's about. But I know how to win and influence. God gave me that gift from birth. And guys, I'm not trying to sell you some loan or some advertising like I used to do. I'm trying to sell you your eternal life. I'm going to say that again. I'm not trying to sell you, I used to own a pet store. I'm not trying to sell you a pet. I used to work for Nexus Corporation. I'm not trying to sell you healthcare products and beauty products. Okay? I used to work in banking. I'm not trying to sell you a loan anymore. I used to work in advertising media. I'm not trying to sell you advertising. I'm trying to sell you your eternal soul. I'm trying to sell it to the local police because I know that they plan on killing those people. They already have UN soldiers ready to take the police's place, guys. I guarantee you. The best thing the police can do is support the population and to start hunting down and claim jurisdiction over your community and start hunting down, just like Donald Trump said, these Antifa agents and kicking them out, and then start hunting down the UN soldiers that are hiding underground at Walmart. If the police don't do this along with the citizens, you're doomed. They have plan A, plan B, plan C, and plan D already laid out, guys. And every single plan leads to total genocide of the American population. I was listening to a preacher on mainstream media, Channel 20 here, and he said that America has accepted everything. You know who really wins in this war? Satan. America, he said, stinks. Putrid with evil. Hollywood, the mainstream media, has infiltrated the U.S. in a way that no one could ever know. And there's only a few last conservatives left. There's a few righteous people. And I promise you, do you know why the elite want to hunt us down and kill us or throw us in prisons or put us in mental wards? Because once we're taken out of society, God the Creator then knows that there are no more righteous people on this earth. And they're not just doing this in the U.S., guys. They're doing it all over the nation. Get rid of the good guy that is God's preferred people. God has infiltrated our consciousness, and He's warned us of what's coming. And we're out here, us truthers, as alternative media people, and we're trying to tell you, we're trying to open your eyes because you're blind mentally. We're trying to pull you out of the grave because the birth certificates and the driver's license claims that you're legally dead. That's how they prosecute you in the courts. So I go back to the story of Christ. When Judith Iscariot brought the soldiers and said, here he is, here he is. I'm willing to testify and tell you that he committed a crime. Guys, that's the same thing as a woman stepping up saying, yes, he sexually assaulted me. That's the same thing. It's Judith Iscariot. He abused me. Judith Iscariot. You're turning in the good guy to feed Satan himself. And you will be judged for your works. Anyone working against the alternative media truthers, the real guy, the real truthers that have sacrificed their life to deliver you out of bondage, you will be classified as a betrayer and you will be judged accordingly by the Creator, I assure you. And here's the thing. You're not only going to be judged by the Creator, but you will also be judged by man that way. You don't think that the elite know that you're a betrayer? They hired you. They paid you to betray. Do you think they have any respect for you? Do you think they respected Judith Iscariot? Judith Iscariot went to the king and said, "Here, take the money back." He realized what he did. Because hell, fire, and fury and judgment rained on his conscience as soon as he turned over Jesus Christ. He realized what he really did. And he said, "Take the money back." The king says, "I don't want that money back, betrayer." Soldiers, kill that betrayer. They always betray the betrayers. Do you understand this? This is why I'm trying to tell the local police. You're acting like a Roman soldier betrayer, and they have every plans in killing you. And right before you die, you're going to go, wow, those conspiracy theorists, those alternative media people were right. Maybe we shouldn't have been hunting them down and stalking them. So as we are falsely arrested, falsely accused, murdered, taken out, all the evidence of what they did to us hidden, swept under the rug, the corporations, the corpses win, the dead entities. You serve the corpse, it's dead, instead of the humans, they're living. You allowed the goats to live. You sacrificed the sheep or the lamb. But guess what? The goats always kill the goats. They always kill the goats, guys. The goats are the betrayers. Simple as that. So when I read the story of Christ being offered up, falsely accused, a crowd screaming, "Crucify him," what could he say? I imagine Jesus felt so much sorrow, and that's why he said, "God, why did you betray me?" And then he said, "Forgive them, for they don't know not what they do." Well, guys, nobody feels that emotion more than I do. Forgive them, for you know not what you do. And we're the only ones that know that what you're doing is going to affect the whole world, the whole planet. You're not taking out just targeted individuals. You're taking yourself out, your family. You're taking out the trees, the oceans, the birds. These people plan on destroying everything. They'll launch nuclear weapons if they have to. They'll do EM pulses to kill entire populations. They'll do tidal waves with their oscillating directed energy weapon technology like HARP and NexRad and Gwen towers, or just linking all the cell towers together and doing an EM pulse. It works just like a nuclear bomb, people. And then after they sell the U.S. to China, China is a totally dictator society. So they love China because they can just kill people and nobody says a damn thing. They can tell all the police, "Hey, kill millions," and they'll do it, and they'll just go about their day like nothing happened because it's a total fascist society. America's not like that. That's why we are the last standing Christian society. And once we're gone, the whole world is gone. That's it. So not only are we Satan, we're evil, and we stench of sin, but we're also the last Christians. There's a lot of good and evil in America, I'll tell you that. Lots of evil, but there's also, in America, there are some righteous people, and those are the ones that are holding America together. Once the righteous are gone, then you will have Pompeii.